Ladies and gentlemen, coming up stage for the next keynote address, this lady has thrived in the dynamic world of marketing communication for over 7 years. She's fueled by a desire to create purposeful impact. She has consistently delivered significant revenue growth in competitive environments. Beyond her experience, she is a lifelong learner and possesses a wealth of knowledge. She holds several marketing and product management certifications and constantly seeks to expand her knowledge base. Her dedication is further validated by her membership in the prestigious Chartered Institute of Marketing UK. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to learn from the Enigma, Miss Pelumi Fadairo.
But before we start, I just want to give a special thank you to the organizers of this event. I get to work with a lot of founders and collaborate with them, so I know how taxing it can be. When they say give a founder a hug today, that kind of stuff. So yeah, thank you, Damia. Thank you to the sponsors, because there's no event without these guys. They gave us biscuit and drink. It was a free event, so thank you. Okay, it's still loading. And also, if you're not a founder, because we have to acknowledge everybody. But yes, we're all doing the work. If there's no us, their idea too it can't be executed. But great. Okay, can you see your name on the slide? Let's see. Just a little. Sure. You can, Emmanuel. You could not see your name. Is there any Joseph here? Wow. So the big names did not come. But this is supposed to be the list of Oh, you see David. I saw AK. I can see a progress. You see your name? Okay, Wisdom. Oh, great. But welcome, everyone. Again, my name is Pelumi. Excited to be here. Okay, this is, As I saw people clicking this and it wasn't working, I'm like, okay, I hope I don't command. Okay. Oh, great. Okay, well. Okay, and I'm speaking to us on personalization in communication or marketing, and how to navigate customer expectations and market realities. Okay, next slide. You see, we need AI that does this. I just be like, next, and then it just goes next. But yeah, so firstly, right, what is personalization in communication? And that's why I tried to bring in that first slide, even though that's just a part of it, but yes. Oh, go. Okay. Okay, but yes, that's just an aspect of it, right? And I'm glad that this session is now, because from the beginning of this event, we started learning about drafting your campaign strategy, and then Dami spoke to us, thank you, about product market fit, and then we just learned about AI. So everything leads into what we're about to talk about, right? Personalizing the communication for your customers, right? We already identified that it's important to segment your audience, because you're not talking to everybody, so you want to know who your target audience is. But now, what are you saying to them, or how are you personalizing the communication in such a way that, there's the customer delight and customer satisfaction and all that great stuff. So basically, personalization in communication, just tailoring your message and content to a specific audience, right? Okay, maybe I'll let you think about it and then I'll ask. But just think about a brand that you interact with, that you really enjoy, their pop-up notifications, you enjoy their emails. It feels like they're talking to you. It feels like they know what's going on and, they relate with you. Does anybody remember anyone? Ziproco. What did they do? I'd like you to tell me what exactly they did. Okay, Bamboo, why? What? Somebody sends mails, so you even know her, right? It feels like you guys have a friendship or a relationship. It says Zipopo. Zikoko. Oh, great. Oh, yes. Why? You vibe with them. You see, you can relate. Any other example? Kuda Bank. Bolanle from where? Bank. Ife from Indani. See, would they even know? You might not even know the founder of that brand, but they've already, in a way, personalized it in such a way that you feel among the community, right? And you can remember them top of mind. I think another great example would be Piggyverse, right? Because I really like them and they're doing great. And they recently increased their rates, so thank you to everybody. Oh yes, And then one important thing to also note is how data and insight is important in this. Yemi led with saying that, if you don't have data, you're making an opinion, or you're just having an opinion. And I remember a quote. I took a data analytics course some time ago, and there was a particular quote that stayed with me from Sherlock Holmes, who watched that guy that does data, data, data. I can't build bricks without clay. So like you need it. You're not just doing it because these guys, people like say they go like this thing today, make you just run them. No, you're actually informed by data. You're making data-driven decisions, right? Okay, so what is English? What personalization is not? It's not spamming. It's not being creepy and say, oh, I saw that you clicked this thing 20 times. You might like it. Come and buy it. No, it's not sending to everybody on your mailing list, And it's not only addressing me by my name. It's not saying, hi Pelumi, but no value added content, right? Yes, you know my name, but it's not giving. But yes, so what is personalization? It's being relevant, right? It's value driven, it's contextual. I arrived in Lagos today and I'm already saying, oh, based on your location, get 10% discount on this restaurant, get 10% discount on your ride while you're here. It's human-centered. Great, let's go next. Okay, why does it matter? Because at the end of the day, your customers are the core of your product and what you do, right? Product market fit. Dami spoke about how you want to have at least 100 users. I work at an organization that fund founders, right? And at least to show traction, you want to have 1,000 users on your customer base. And who are those people? They are your customers, right? So you're doing all of this to attract customers, to delight them, yes, and just improve their customer experience. And then you also, why does it matter again? Because you want to drive great business outcomes. So whether that is growth, whether that is retention, whether that's revenue, right? It's different for everybody and for every brand. Although at the end of the day, everybody wants money, so yeah. Okay, this is a lot, but thank God that we're taking the slides. So just going over the types of personalization, I'll run over it fast. Segmentation based, you want to make sure that you're not sending the same thing. Of course, some things apply to everybody. It's your anniversary. Oh, it's our anniversary, 10% off for everybody. But you cannot send me a mail and say, you haven't opened our app in 2 days, whereas I've been opening. Like, you want to make sure that, your messaging is by segment, right? And the data allows you to learn that. Event trigger personalization, this is mostly for, e-commerce brands or retail brands. Oh, you had this in your cart, don't forget to buy it. We have some examples ahead. Real-time personalization, as I said, I arrived Lagos and I'm already saying, oh, 10% discount because you're in this city. Contextual marketing, taking note of location, time, weather, rain is falling and you're like, oh, get 10% off or maybe because of the heat, like 10% off ice cream or whatever, because you're in Nigeria and we understand the climate. Omnichannel personalization, you want to ensure that you're not just doing it across one channel, right? You're making use of the entire touch points your customers might be on. So I see it on my app, I get an email, right? There's that recall as well going on. And then of course, AI-based personalization, like our amazing speakers have just dealt with. Great, and channels for delivering your communication, right? One of the reasons I really like this is because you don't really have to spend so much money. Again, the company that I work with, and I've worked with a couple of startups, right? So I understand big brands, they have all the marketing budgets, they have the hundreds of millions to throw on advertising. But when you're a small brand, you want to be very strategic and you want to optimize cost efficiency, right? And that's you don't really need a lot of money. Yes, you might have to pay for some tools, but that's basically it. But with your website, your email, mobile app, push notifications, SMS, social media, and then data. You cannot build brick without clay, but yes, 80% of consumers are more likely to do business with a company that offers personalized experiences. A friend of mine was talking about another brand that is a competitor to Piggyverse, a new brand. And of course, I agree with Dami that the market is big enough for everybody. For me, I'm like, personally, they have to do something great for me to move because, I'm just in love with the brand like that. Okay, so I just also put some examples together of some brands that are doing great. So this is Kuda, 1-year anniversary message. Thanks for picking us to look after your money. We have Amazon, Jumia, also. Then, oh yeah, this is from Glovo. I have this thing that I do. I don't know that it's because I work in marketing, but yeah, I like to take screenshots of all these messages because see, they come in handy sometimes. But yes, this was, I started ordering and then I left and then I got this. They say, don't hold back. You know you deserve it as well as we do. Finish your order now. No, I did not. Okay, and then of course Netflix, Prime Video also does amazing with this because they see what you like. So rather, in the past, before all this transformation with technology and AI, you probably just see comedy, action, romance. But now you're seeing, based on what you watched, top picks for you because you watched this, right? And they're also sending it as emails as well, targeting it, sending it on weekends when they know you'll be free, right? Saying, okay, this is your weekly playlist based on, because you like this and this. Just, things that you like, basically. Okay, I'll just, because we're trying to be fast. Oh, yeah, and then now speaking on market realities, right, and some of the challenges that you might face in personalization. While it's cool with all the tactics, come and finish your order or buy this, buy that, you want to also make sure that you are doing it ethically and you have consent for what you're doing. So these are just some questions to think about. Are you aware of the data protection regulations in the countries where you operate? I didn't put Nigeria because I know we're global here. But yes, do you seek explicit consent from customers before collecting their data? Do you clearly communicate how customer data will be used and shared? And all of this, right? Do you know about the General Data Protection Regulation, GDPR? They are all important. We are building global brands. While now nobody might sue you, right? But you want to make sure that the way you start, as you rise up, brands like Meta, TikTok, they always go like millions of dollars. They sue them because of some things that they don't put in place for data. But yes, you want to always see content. So these are just some examples. A couple of people here use iPhones, and with the release of one of the iOSs, they made this like rule where you have to ask the app to track your movements on the app. I don't know if you remember, but anytime you download the app, they always ask app to track. Nobody knows it. Show me some love, great. Okay, and so these are just some tactics, right, to use to make sure that, or to prompt somebody to allow you to use their data. But then what happens if they don't still click yes? Or what happens even with push notifications? I know there are some customers that don't turn on notifications on their phone, so they might not even see all that good stuff that you're posting. So you want to, that's why it's always important to have a strategy, not a one-sided strategy, right? You want to make sure that you are 360 integrated strategy. Respect privacy of users, of course. If they say no, it's fine. Another person will say yes. There are how many billion people in the world? So it's all right, we move. Also look for alternative solutions. Do customer surveys. Do things that will allow them, right, to give you their data or to give you their, this is for email now, offer incentives, things like that, blah, blah, yes. And one thing, just to piggyback on what Dami said as well, you never know until you try or test. So you also want to make sure that you're experimenting, trying different things. Yes, just being agile about the entire, how you go about it, right? How many people, you want to measure, you want to make sure that whatever you're doing, you're tracking it. If not, you never know if it worked or not. So you're testing and then you're also measuring to see what works, what doesn't work. And then just to recap, personalization is key for whatever you're doing, no matter whether you're in B2B or B2C, right? Because at the end of the day, even B2B, you're talking to people. So that's essential. Market realities will always happen. As Wisdom said, now they've changed the national anthem, so you should be ready to innovate and adapt to market conditions. How many people have learned the new national anthem? You have? Verse 1. Okay, Nigeria, we hailed it. Okay. Yes, you want to be ethical as well and human-centered in your approach. So just like some action steps that we can take: prioritize personalization in your communication, focus on trust, build trust, ask for consent, and then also always exchange value. right? So even the Piggyvest, I know that they have a series where they teach you about how to save money. Even Bamboo, they do a lot of that on social media, teaching you about the stock market, teaching you about how to invest, you know, just really offering value, and then continue to test, measure, and optimize your efforts. So thank you so much, Dami, David, Precious. Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together.
Please.
Awesome.
I just want to say that Paul will come in and talk about how things, and then send us off the stage. But yeah,
It's my
thank
job
you.
to bring you up and send you off. As fast as I
Thank
can.
you.
Thank you.